That's
really
good
glad
sign.
to be here celebrating another amazing year of Dead by Daylight.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
In this
I love
segment,
this. I love
we'll
this.
have a look at our upcoming pillars for year 8, as well as our chapters plans and the archives and tomes updates that we have planned for the year.
Okay.
Before going any further, I do want to take a brief moment to give a big shout out to the amazing team that's been working on the game for the past years. They put amazing effort and dedication into that and really allow us to get the game to the state it is today. It's just absolutely amazing.
Exactly,
and a
right,
pleasure to work with
exactly.
the entire team.
Agreed.
Over the past year, we've put out 2 particularly interesting chapters, I feel, amongst others.
The Night in Skull Merchant?
But first, Forge and Fog has allowed us to tap into a new theme which we've never really had a chance to
Yes.
before. Medieval, which is something we hadn't explored.
I like it. I
So
like
our
it.
first foray into that and how that ties into the horror themes and all, that was very interesting to navigate. And the second one, for the first time, we have released a first ever sequel to a licensed
Oh.
chapter in Resident Evil Project
Oh,
W.
brother. We
Such
didn't need
a
more
brilliant,
Resident
cool
Evil, but
addition to the
okay.
game, I think, bringing in a lot of characters people love, and they have been really fun to
I'm
play
sorry,
with
but I wasn't a
themselves.
big fan
Absolutely.
of more
Wes-
Resident
Wesker
Evil.
was so well done. One of my favorite killers to play, personally. And it was right around the time that he released that we also did the Prestige update.
Mhm. I told them to do
making
that.
it
They
easier
listened to
than
me.
ever for you to sort of unlock all of your perks
Uh-huh.
throughout all of your characters. We also, shortly after the Prestige update, reduced the blood point total or cost in the blood web for
Quiet
all
Stream
items.
Raiders now right now.
We followed that up with bots, survivor bots specifically, in custom matches,
Mhm.
which was super useful. Practice your killer in a
Never
custom
used
match.
them, but,
it's
mhm.
awesome.
Hoping they'll come into live servers
we
and
did 2 important
fill in DC
quality of life
spots.
updates to the archives. One being the ability to select quest per role.
Yes.
And then the second, just that in-game toast notification so you
Yes.
can track progress in a match, which is
New surprise
ever so
update, less
helpful.
Resident Evil.
And then last but not least, last
don't like
year,
DBD slowly
we
becoming
said
Capcom's
we
new
were
Resident
gonna
Evil
make our
ASIM?
events
No.
bigger and better, and we feel like we really delivered that with last year's Halloween.
Woo!
Probably the biggest, best event we've done in Dead by Daylight.
I mean, they
to
always
date.
crush Halloween, let's be honest.
Now, switching gears, we're
Added
gonna
more
give
people
you
to the
guys
community.
a first peek at the
Yeah,
upcoming
but we
content
already
you
had
can
Resident
expect
Evil,
us to release
like,
throughout this next
I want to
year.
play DBD, not Resident
First
Evil
and
by
foremost,
daylight.
Of course, there are going to be again 4 new chapters.
Yep,
that
every 3
include
months.
killers. But in a strange twist, what you
Drop my
will
peanut butter.
notice on
It's
the
fine.
graphic today
Okay.
is that there are also 2 survivor-only chapters being released in this next year.
A lot to
Why?
unpack, changing the pace a little bit, but it's not straying too far away from what
I don't like
we've
that.
been used to over the past.
I don't like that.
As is tradition, we will be actually taking a peek at the next upcoming chapter.
I'm also trying to like
and
pause and
urge
chat with
everyone
you guys,
any
but
segment that follows,
this
very
is live and I
shortly
don't wanna do
after
that.
This one. Again,
Um,
we're exploring another theme we really haven't had the chance to in the past, so that's pretty exciting, both in terms
yeah,
of,
that was the first time
of
they
the
brought something back
characters
twice, and I was
the
like,
team
no, don't
we're
do that.
exploring with it. The next 2 killers that will follow after that
I don't
are
wanna
going
interrupt
be
them.
licensed, and I would say licensed with a big L if I can. Really iconic additions.
Chapter,
to the game.
redacted,
Extremely
redacted,
excited to be
redacted.
able to
Oh, I
talk
see.
A little bit more about that. Unfortunately, a little too early today. to be
Yeah,
able to
so
do
every
that.
3 months we're getting a
We
killer and
started to play
survivor,
with
and in
them
between
a
those
little
we're
bit
getting
internally and
survivors
seeing how
randomly.
the characters are going to shape up, and it's pretty exciting
like
to
that.
actually have those additions to the game.
Too many survivors.
So,
How am I gonna prestige them
more
all?
to come later.
Ugh.
In addition to that, moving away from the chapters, we will also have 4 new tomes
Right.
added to the game throughout the year, as we
Yep.
usually have.
Tomes
over
are
the past
70
years.
days, and then you've got like
Moving
a
away
couple
from
weeks
our
in between
chapters
each
and
one. So
archives, we'll now deep dive into the 4 pillars that compose the roadmap for the year. And
Okay.
as players will see, they're a continuity from what we've been doing over the last
Right.
years.
the
Of
perk
course,
blow.
and
Oh,
the pillars might
true.
look the
I
same,
didn't
the
even think about that
projects we
right.
work on under each pillar
Yeah.
changes from year to year. The first pillar is something we've already talked about: events evolution.
Live
we're
balance
calling
with a
this
nurse
pillar.
picture. You better actually
We
balance
do plan
nurse,
on
please.
taking our 4 sort of pillar events and making them even bigger, even better than they have been in the past.
The perk blow ship has sailed.
including Last year's Halloween, which we plan on sort of one-upping again this year.
You better.
But
It's
in
your
addition
best
to the
event.
4 pillar events, we're also going to look at adding a few more smaller events spread throughout the year.
I like it.
And for those of you who have been with us for a long time,
That's
you
me.
might already know what the smell of barbecue is in the game. I know you love barbecue.
Love barbecue.
We all do. For those of you who don't, well,
Search
you'll
by
get to
when.
see it very
True.
shortly. But really, the goal is to give you more to play with at all times in the game and something to work towards too. Second pillar is trust and security.
When there's a moment to
which
talk,
is more
I'll explain
important
why I
to
don't
us
like the
than ever
survivor
in
thing.
Dead by Daylight. This pillar both reflects the systems that we're putting in place to make the game more secure, but also the way we're communicating with our players. The first one, the former of those, we're really excited to say that we're about to launch a vulnerabilities disclosure program, which will allow us to work with people in the wild to report potential threats about the game, about our servers, etc. and really facilitate us closing those potential weaknesses that we knew or did not know.
But, like,
about
are you
within the
really
game. So
going
very excited to launch this. This is going to be coming up in the near future, so you can stay tuned for more info about that.
Yes, I'm super excited for when we're able to share a little bit more information.
No,
with
it's not a
everybody
secret
about that
stab.
initiative.
It's
Next up, we're
the fact that
also
they keep
going to be
getting
looking at revamping our sort of
DDoSed.
streaming strategy. We want to make sure that we're able to communicate with you, our players, more often.
You're
offer a
covering the
higher level of
subtitles?
transparency,
Sorry about it.
Discuss sort of updates in the progress.
Is it loud
and
enough?
A lot of the features
Or am I too loud?
and initiatives we're going to be announcing and talking about throughout this stream.
Do you want me to make it
today.
smaller?
We plan on doing that by doing live streams more
DVDs in the background.
consistently
Sorry
to
about it.
celebrate, new chapter releases, large key beats, and generally just.
I guess I can
being
move
in
myself
contact
if it
with
helps.
You, our community, consistently
Here,
throughout the year.
I'll go over here.
One
I'll
of
hang out with
those
my lizard.
topics is very likely to be
There you
our
go.
next pillar, which is live balance, a topic that's
Slightly louder. I can make it
very
louder.
dear to us. It's something I spend a lot
Is
of
that better?
time thinking about and worrying about. And something that I won't go too deep into today, because we will be talking about our live balance plans
Are you gonna make it louder?
in a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, we'll have Nat and Jeff coming up in a future segment and talk about what type of projects we have planned for the coming months on that specifically.
Awesome.
Very excited, very important for us, and we know how dear to the community's heart this also is. A pretty hot topic in general, I would say. Last but not least, quality of life is a staple pillar on which we have continuously worked throughout the years, and this is all about the UI and feature improvements we make to the game as a more general type of thing. One improvement we did last year was the Survivor Hub, which facilitates
Huge.
exchange and communication between players, even if
Huge.
they're not talking with each other directly.
Very
to make sure you
huge.
can always make a better decision as a survivor when you're playing the game, because you know what's happening a little bit more than you used to in the past.
It was
In
great for
addition to that,
solo.
you've talked about the improvements we made to the progression and made it faster to level up. But we made it even faster by allowing you to just spend a ton of blood points almost
Thank God.
instantaneously, and just get it done and get it through with your with upgrading your
'Cause
characters
with
and
the
leveling
changes,
up
it
much
just took
faster in
forever
the
to
blood
level.
web.
It feels great.
It does.
Yeah.
And finally, the map repeat prevention feature,
Where?
which was released a few months
Map
ago.
repeat prevention.
Again, another
Where?
addition. There's a lot of maps into the game. Some of you
No.
might have felt like even if you're playing for just an hour, you're often tapping like 2 or 3 times into the same map and such.
Yes,
and
I'm
this
still
is
doing
really
that.
preventing
It's
that
like
from
MMR,
happening
it's not real.
as much as
Doesn't
possible,
exist, I
so
don't
a
believe
very
you.
cool addition.
I don't
Not
believe
gonna
you.
go too much in detail
I
today,
live
or at
on
least in this
Otahaven
specific segment
Wreckers
to talk
in the
more about
game.
quality of life
Those are my
features.
places that I
We'll
live.
have 2 new faces, Rafael
You're a liar.
and Pamela.
I don't wanna
who are
hear it.
going to be coming up in a future panel and talk to you about some of the projects we have planned, and even
Yeah, no, it's-
show you a few
They lied.
features
They
that
lied.
we have
The
under
next
works
day,
right
I
now
was
and
still
that are
running on
gonna
the
be
same
coming
map.
up in your hands fairly shortly.
Never agreed with it. I feel like everyone has
Excellent.
realized how
There's
needed
a
it was.
lot
Yeah.
We look forward to sharing with you.
Nothing
in this
changed with that,
stream
no.
Today. And we thank you again for an amazing 7 years celebrating Dead by Daylight with us. And we look forward to many more. Next up is our friend Dave Richard to give you a first look at our next upcoming
I'm gonna see if I can say this
Dead
really
by
quick,
Daylight chapter.
so I don't interrupt.
Enjoy.
My issue with the survivors is usually they'd have like
Hey, I'm Dave
they'd
Richard,
have a killer come
creative
out
director of Dead
by
Daylight.
itself, then they'd have a survivor come out
I'm
by
super
itself,
happy to be
then a
with you
killer come out by
today
itself, then a
to
survivor come out by
celebrate our
itself.
7th
They would like
anniversary
equalize it.
and
But having
to
a bunch
show
of
you a
survivors come
first
out
look
with no
at our
killers,
latest chapter
I don't get. I
and
feel like they should be
transmission.
like have 2 survivors
take
come
a
out, have
look
2
at the
killers come out
trailer.
separately. Sure, but it's too many. Whoa!
It wasn't programmed to harm the crew. It was supposed to help us build a safer home.
I'm sorry. What is?
Something
Huh?
happened. It became self-aware. It has no empathy.
Is this Alien Isolation?
It doesn't feel pain.
There's a gen? This is a map? I thought this was a different game. Who is this man? Ew!
It learns at an impossible rate, and it won't stop until we are dead.
Excuse me? What the hell?
Worse.
Ew! Gabriel Soma, the Singularity? Bro, what is this drone?
As you just saw in the trailer, this original chapter brings us into a completely new genre of horror for Dead by Daylight. We are going to explore sci-fi horror. So this will bring us to
Robot!
a distant, unknown planet.
Literally!
And will feature characters from a possible future.
This was on the leaks.
Traditionally, I would be
So
taking
different.
some time
Hope
with
it's not
you
a
today
3-gener.
to go over
I hope not.
the characters and the map of the chapter.
And
But
a map,
this
dude,
year
a
we're doing
map!
things a little bit differently, with a behind-the-scene
Heavily
video.
inspired by the game Soma.
We want to show you the process
Yes!
of creating a
The last name of the
chapter,
survivor
but
has to be a
also
nod to the
show
game.
you
Really?
new faces that you might not have
Looks
seen
like Ace
before.
without a hat or
Amazing
Vittorio.
people that
Oh,
are
really?
working hard to make these chapters possible.
Eyes itching.
Let's take a look.
I'm sorry, I haven't run the Stream Raiders battle. I don't know when to. I guess I could run it now. Let me just like pull it off the screen though.
For the anniversary,
And then I just won't
we've
run another one.
prepared a very
Sorry.
special original chapter.
On a de la chance sur Dead by Daylight d'avoir un lore
Lots
qui
of
permet beaucoup de flexibilité, de possibilités.
This is a big deal for the Dead by Daylight universe because we're going to explore a new genre in horror.
This
We're
is
going
so
sci-fi.
cool. Eye drops? I did. I should probably use my like.
I think that any kind of
Allergy
subject
drops 'cause
and
they feel
genre
itchy.
can be rewrapped and reimagined as horror, and sci-fi is definitely not an exception. There are three big themes that we wanted to explore in that new realm.
Biomechanical
First of
body
all,
horror monster,
it's
sci-fi, and the
clearly
survivor's
an
last name
alien
is
world.
Soma.
We wanted
Oh,
you
his
to
last name's
feel
Soma.
like
Okay,
you
yeah,
are far
probably.
from home.
It
You
also
are
looks like
lost in space.
No
The
Man's
second
Sky.
one is that we wanted
The
to make sure
plants?
that the human technology looked
Predator or
unique,
alien?
lo-fi, so that
Well, his name
you
is. It's
never
like
feel
it's an original
safe
chapter, so
within
it said
these
Singularity.
constructions that we've got on the
Sorry,
set.
excuse me.
And the last thing we've added
They
to the
showed the
mix
killer.
are traces of a long lost
But you think
alien
like in the future
civilization.
maybe?
Donc, comme vous pouvez imaginer, toute l'équipe a été très excitée de travailler
Whole
sur
team
un
was very excited to
chapitre,
work on a
pareil,
science
de
fiction
science-fiction.
chapter.
Le gros challenge,
Big challenge
et
at
en
the
même
same
temps,
time. The
l'intéressant défi qu'on a
interesting
eu, ça a
challenge
été
we had was
d'amener
to
toute
bring
cette
all this
consistance, cette
consistency,
relation entre
this
les
relationship between the
personnages,
characters, the
l'environnement.
environment.
Tout a été
Everything has been
pensé
thought out
visuellement
visually so that the
pour
player
que
is
le
feeling
joueur
constant
se
danger.
sente en danger constant.
Next killer.
Et la tension est accentuée
Oh!
par la présence de ce tueur,
Centered
qui
by the
est
presence
une
of this killer who's an
intelligence
artificial
artificielle
intelligence
qui se
that
nourrit
feeds
de
on the
l'environnement
environment
et qui est intéressé
and
par
is interested in
récupérer
recovering several
plusieurs
resources
ressources
to
pour
build
se
himself
construire
a
un corps
perfect body to become the
parfait
ultimate
pour
weapon.
devenir l'arme ultime.
Je comprends.
Les joueurs
Très cool.
vont explorer une jungle
Hostile and savage jungle
hostile
from another
et
world.
sauvage
Everything in this jungle
d'un
is
autre
designed
monde.
for
Tout est
killing.
designé dans cette jungle pour pouvoir tuer.
You might be right, Jiggy.
One aspect I really enjoyed was that it was a jungle, so we could make it super
Power
dense,
seems like it's gonna be
super
interesting.
threatening
Looking forward to
with
the map. Oh,
organic,
yeah.
design and the
I'm
design
definitely
of
gonna
the
go into
plants.
customs and like explore.
Everything kind of looks like it could kill you. We tried to have like very creepy looking texture,
Wow.
very organic texture. You would
Needed a
find in
sci-fi
nature.
map.
We
It would be a bit weird
tried
saying
to bring it
alien.
into
True.
the designs of the
True.
plants and the vegetation in general. The main building,
I didn't
the
think about
idea was
that.
to show
People have
there
been
was a
wanting Predator
safe
forever.
place for the characters. As you can see, it's on stilts. It's elevated compared to the map. The idea was to show that the map is very dangerous and this place should be safe for you. But the interesting
Looks
idea
really
we had
cool.
is that once you get into the structure, it's actually more dangerous or looks more threatening.
Oh my
to you.
god, the bodies? Okay, so now they're gonna tell us about the killer.
The Singularity is
Dude, he's creepy.
an AI that is supposed to help the human crew settle on this new planet.
Oh, and
But
he like
while
went
it was
wicked.
scouting, it got in touch with a piece of old alien technology and was
Oh, that's cool
enlightened.
lore. I like that.
And now it wants to overthrow and kill all humans.
Oh
So this
wow.
is an interesting take on the sci-fi.
So it was supposed to be
We're
helpful, but it
used
like
to
went
see
crazy.
Organic
It found like old
character,
stuff.
using pieces of machinery to become more powerful. But the Singularity is doing it in reverse. It is a simple piece of technology using a cloning technology to get organic material and flesh to become more
Became
powerful.
sentient. Yeah.
Well, the inspiration of the killer design was, we always wanted to do a sci-fi killer, so you're going to be able to go around the
Oh
map
my
and set up
God,
these
his
biopods, spread
hand!
your consciousness inside of these biopods, and then if you're able to catch a survivor
Oh my
inside the
God.
reticle, you'll be able to infect them, appear next to them, and then you'll be able to
No,
attack them
oh,
and
I don't like
keep the
that.
chase going.
I don't like
One of the
that.
important
That
things
seems
for
really
survivors
strong.
is teamwork, trusting each other, working together.
Nobody does
So
that.
with this killer,
You're funny.
one of its abilities in the slipstream is that once a survivor is tagged or infected, you can spread that influence to other survivors, and it does so automatically. So
That's too strong.
Survivors will be less likely to work together.
Oh no, that's too
and
strong.
there'll be
That's too
more
strong.
discord between them.
That's too strong. They're gonna have to work on that.
La présence humaine est visible dans
Tag
la
and chase,
on
yeah.
voit une compagnie qui a essayé de coloniser, de trouver sa place dans ce monde, mais plusieurs signes dans l'environnement.
Kinda
que
like
les
Vami
joueurs
Mami.
découvriront montrent que tout s'est
Mhm.
pas très bien passé. Et le dernier survivant de cette expédition loupée, c'est
Seeing a
Gabriel.
nerf after the PGB.
Our survivor, Gabriel Soma, is
Yeah, it sounds a little
quite
too powerful.
resourceful. He's able to troubleshoot some pesky issues on the survivor side, and he's able
The
to
most
adapt very
unfun killer to
quickly
play against.
to be
Yeah,
able to bring the
I-
killer away from the
Bye, Mommy,
other
twins and
survivors.
Hag.
He's able to protect the others.
So even though we are in a setting that's
I don't know about
so
twins.
far from home,
I guess I'll
in
have to
the
see how
future,
it works out.
we wanted to
But
make
yeah, I
sure
can kinda
that
see what you're thinking.
Gabriel was a grounded character that any of us could recognize ourselves in it.
I'm super excited for players to try this map. I think it's great that sci-fi is finally in DBD. I think it's gonna be fun for them to experience the creepiness and the threatening vibe of this
Ew!
map, and
Oh,
they're gonna
the
really
dude,
enjoy it.
he doesn't even put him on his
J'espère
back.
que
He just
j'espère que les
folds
joueurs
him like a bag.
apprécieront
I
cette
can't.
relation qui est entre tous nos assets,
Oh, brother.
l'environnement de personnages, à cause de l'histoire que l'on raconte. Et
Oh,
aussi
he
par le
stomped.
travail qui a été effectué par toute notre équipe pour apporter l'expérience la plus immersive et dangereuse possible.
He's gonna have like Freddy claws. Oh, is that the Mori?
I'm really excited for all of our players.
Ew!
survivors,
No,
and
not
new
ice stuff.
players
Please not
alike
ice stuff.
to
Please
be
not
able
ice
to
stuff.
experience
Please
our
not ice
first
stuff. I can't do
original
ice stuff.
sci-fi chapter
Please
and
no.
transmission.
Thank you. Okay, thank God. Oh God. If there's ice stuff,
As
I'm gonna
always,
lose
you'll
it. I
be
can't.
able
That's the
to
one thing I can't
play with
handle.
the content of this chapter during the PTB
Yeah.
after this broadcast.
I see the hack thing you're talking
For
about.
everyone
String the
else,
pods.
the
I
chapter
don't know.
becomes available on June 13th.
Okay, so like
Before
in a
I
month.
leave, I want to take some time,
Which makes
and
sense. The
thank
PTB
all
is
of
gonna
you,
come out on Tuesday, and then
veterans
3 weeks
and
later it'll
newcomers
come
alike,
live.
to play Dead by Daylight and to be part of this
Right,
incredible
Nicole?
journey with us. I want to wish you a happy 7th anniversary. May the year be filled with fun and surprises.
Aw.
Next up, we have Natalie and Jeff to talk about some gameplay improvement coming this year.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Natalie, Team Lead Community Manager for Dead by Daylight, and I'm joined here today with a very special guest.
Hi everyone, my name is Jeff and I'm a game designer on Dead by Daylight.
Thank you so much for joining me, Jeff. I can't wait to talk a little bit more about a topic that is always top of mind for our community, gameplay. So we have some quick updates for you today. Jeff, let us know what they are.
Well, as you know, the game design team has many features and updates planned for this
I
year.
really need to, like-
However, we'll be focusing
It's bothering
on
me,
3
I'm sorry.
specific topics today.
It's bothering me.
We're going to be talking about continued gameplay updates, map balance, and finally, plans to
can't.
address face camping. in Dead by
Just
Daylight.
listening to the
I'm
freaking
excited to dive
crickets.
into these quick updates. So without further ado,
Yeah, her hair's
let's jump
pretty.
right in. I know last year we launched one of the biggest perk updates in Dead by Daylight ever.
Over
and
40
it
perks.
significantly shifted
Yeah.
the Dead by Daylight perk meta as a whole. But that's not what we're going to be talking about
Yay,
today.
Draco!
What happened in the past. What we're going to be
Yes.
focusing on a little bit more is the process that we're looking to take consistently moving forward as a community and design team when it comes to these gameplay updates. So, Jeff,
Yeah, I
what
just
more can you
want,
share with us on
in
that?
case there's more
Well, as you
codes,
said,
I don't want
last
to close
year
it.
we launched our biggest perk update ever in Dead by Daylight, and it had a significant impact on the perk meta. We
It
saw
really
a
did.
lot of
Excuse
perks
me.
fall out of the meta and new perks rise to the top. And this was completely natural. Like, the players are the ones that drove this change after the changes went live, and it was super interesting to see, by the way. But moving forward, or for this year, we're not
Chat.
planning to have a major shakeup like we did last year. Instead, we revisited our live design process to allow us to make changes at a faster rate. Instead, we'll be focusing on smaller, more focused balance updates with each update this year.
That makes a lot of sense, and of course, it's one of the reasons why we listen so closely to player feedback as a whole. But it does
Yeah, that's what
sound
I'm
like we're
nervous
going to be
about,
able
Nicole.
to integrate some of that feedback that we're bringing back to your team, and we're discussing when it comes to these kinds of updates a little bit faster than before. Am I right?
Absolutely. And I think the best example for that
I
was
don't
the previous PTB.
feel like
that we
this is
had.
any different from what they've done
We
before.
had a proposed list of changes that went onto the PTB. The community gave a lot of feedback, and your team
They always
reported
say,
that to
like,
us.
we're going to have
And we
more
made some
stuff
small
come out, but they
adjustments. Well,
do it the same
we
every
made
year.
quite a few
Sorry,
adjustments
but
to it, and it went live, and I think that everyone was pretty happy with the result. So our
He's
intention
talking about
with
the
this
heel
change
changes.
is really to give us give
when
us
everyone
the
was like, don't do
flexibility
that, and they were like,
to
okay.
analyze, adjust, and observe
Don't
the
touch
outcome
doom
more
engraving,
frequently.
death engraving.
That
Okay.
way, similar to what happened with the previous PTB, if a change
Yeah.
doesn't go as we envisioned, we can readjust it before
The
it goes
Billy
live, and
engravings
even after it goes
and
live,
the healing
right?
changes
we're
that
still
they've
listening
reverted.
for feedback, and we'll make further adjustments.
I don't know
if
what he
needed.
means about like
Exactly. It's
putting
this
more
ongoing
quality of
process that
life
never
as time
really
goes
ends. So
on.
I
They
think
already
that's
do that
really
anyway, so
important to highlight. But
I
of
don't know what
course,
they-
we know that this doesn't
okay.
only apply to things like perks.
Who's on that
and
table except for
add-ons.
design, but no one's actually
we
drinking?
also are aware of
Really?
some of the comments you folks are leaving about maps. So we are very, very happy to announce that moving forward, we plan on having map balancing as part of these regular gameplay updates as well. What more do you have to say on that, Jeff?
Oh, I see, yeah.
First, I mean, I can already hear the players
Okay, so they're
rejoicing
saying-
from really far away because this has been a hot topic.
They're
for a
saying
very
those
long
like
time
big
in Dead
changes
by
they've been
Daylight.
making, they're going
And
to try to
I
make
think
into
you
more
agree, and the players
patches.
probably agree too that most maps in Dead by Daylight are seen as either killer-sided or survivor-sided.
As they
And
just
our goal
did a
with
patch that was
integrating
literally
into the
just
live design process
charms.
is really to
And they called it
make them feel more balanced. So
update. I
creating
don't-
a more even playing
They
field
called it a
for
bug
both
fix
sides.
patch, and it was
We started
charms
this
and
process
outfits.
with the Raccoon City Police
But okay, Dead by
Department.
Daylight.
Then we followed suit with the Area of Crows map, and finally, the most recent ones were Blood Lodge and Gas Heaven.
Mhm.
And what's great about these changes is that they can be as small as moving a small location for totems or generators,
And not putting it in
to
patch
reviewing
notes.
pallet safety, so we can make it
Not
more
saying in the
safe or
patch
less
notes that you
safe,
move totems
to
and you move
bigger
tokes
things
and you
like
move
changing the map
chests and you
layout
move
or
gens.
changing building layouts.
They never say
Yeah,
it.
It's super exciting. I know
They never say
our
it.
team's already coming through a lot of the feedback. Your team's already looking at how we can integrate some of that feedback. But looking toward the future a little bit more, what kind of maps are we going to be targeting next? I think I know what it might
We've
be.
done Red Forest.
We need a drum roll over here.
I know.
We really do.
Remember-
Because this one is a big one, and I'm sure that the
Please-
longtime
please say
players
RPD.
will be ecstatic to hear that the next two maps that we're targeting
Please say
are some of
RPD.
the most notorious maps in
Please
Dead
say
by
RPD.
Daylight. I'm talking about two Coldwind farm maps,
Ugh.
Fractured Cowshed and Rancid
Oh,
Abattoir.
1v1 Cowshed,
But what's important
of course.
to remember is that
It's
integrating this into
Coldwind.
the live design
Sorry,
process
Almighty
means that
Queen.
we'll be listening to feedback and making further
They do
adjustments
that every
as we go.
chapter. Every
Yeah, definitely.
update,
And
every
it's also one of the
patch.
reasons why it's so crucial that you let us know what your feedback is regularly through the official channels.
I mean, I get
particular.
it.
Of course,
Coldwind
I
was
believe
fine.
We're going to be having this update for Coldwind going live sometime before the end of the summer. So make sure to keep your eyes
There's a
and your
consistent
ears
like
peeled
1v1 me Cowshed
for more
joke that's been on for a
information.
very
You know I
long
had to sneak
time.
in a corny punt. You know
You
it.
had to.
Good morning,
All right,
Sullen.
finally, in terms of our quick updates, we have one
That's fair. They
more
haven't
feature
touched the
that we want to
Coldwind maps
discuss.
yet. They've touched
And that
Auto
is
Haven.
something to do
and-
with face camping.
They haven't touched
So
Macmillan.
if you're new to Dead by Daylight, if
Face
you've
camping, I'm listening.
never heard this term before, face camping is basically a term used to describe a killer that's standing directly in front of a hooked survivor. They're not moving. They're waiting
The look
for
of
the
the
hooked
new
survivor
stuff.
to die
So far,
on
so
the hook.
good.
And this is usually happening either for a large portion of the match, if not the entirety of the match. We know that
Tell me
face
the hook
camping
will
can be
stop
very,
going
very
down.
unfun for the
Tell
person
me.
on the hook.
Tell
but
me
of
the
course
hook will-
also
tell me
other
the
people
timer
in
will
the
not go
match.
down.
So
Tell
we're
me.
looking to test out a new feature that's
Tell
going to
me.
help combat face camping
Do
as
it.
a whole.
Say it.
So Jeff, tell us how it works.
Say it.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that as an altruistic survivor, it's really difficult for me to play against someone who's
I know
face
the
camping
issue
because
with
I
that
really
is someone
wanna
could
help and I
stand
can't.
there and like
So I'm
pause the
stuck,
hook,
you know,
but
doing generators instead.
I'm
which is
curious what they're
fine,
gonna say
but
about
I'd rather
this.
help my teammates. But yes, so the way the system works is that the hooked survivor has a meter on
I
their
wonder if
screen,
they can do like
and
a
it
really
fills up
close.
based on the killer's distance to the hooked survivor. So
Okay.
the closer the killer is, the faster it fills up.
Okay.
The further they are, the slower it fills up until it doesn't fill up at all because they're not within a certain radius.
Huh.
And once it's full, the hooked survivor can unhook themselves even in the second stage. And what's great about this is that they get the full benefits of being unhooked. So it's as though a teammate had unhooked them, or they unhook themselves with perks such as Deliverance. So for those of you who don't know, that means they'll get the haste status effect and the endurance status effect, so they're pretty safe at that stage.
That is in here. I know folks at Nora probably already thinking about a bunch of things on this topic, so I'm going to start by doing probably one of the questions we're going to get, and that's what happens if the killer is forced to stay by the hook? Like
Yes,
multiple
okay.
survivors swarming the hook, they're forced to stay
This
in
is
that
exactly why I
radius.
said they can't
Is
do
there
things
any
like this.
situation in which this feature might slow down or turn off or be otherwise
Right.
affected?
Right.
That's a great question. And yes, there are some scenarios where it either slows down or turns off. So
Okay.
for the first one that you mentioned,
Mhm.
where survivors are swarming
Because
the
people
hook,
will exploit
as
it.
soon as there is one other survivor within that same radius, the meter will build up a lot more slowly.
Okay.
So the killer doesn't have to
Interesting.
worry about survivors swarming the hook and being penalized
Wow,
for
they
it.
figured out a
As for
way.
the second option that we talked about, which was
Oh yes, it
turning
is
off,
Robo-Ray.
once
Killers
the
are gonna
exit
lose their
gates are
mind.
powered, the feature is completely turned off.
That's
so
fair.
you can defend your only objective.
That's fair.
Again, without having to worry about the survivor
Yeah.
unhooking themselves.
Okay.
That makes a lot of sense. Of course, we're going to be so eager to hear what you folks are going to say on this matter. And for the most part, it really does sound like this feature is targeting those most egregious cases
Yes.
of face camping, where it's really used kind of.
I have
in
been
a
talking about like
spot that's way too early in the game.
I didn't
or
know how to
spot
fix
that's
this.
really Not going to make sure that
Yeah.
the match is as fun as possible. So with that said,
That is a
though,
very
when can
interesting
folks expect
fix.
To get their
I like
hands on
that.
this feature, when can they let us know what their thoughts are?
probably not for a
Burning
couple months.
question. Everyone wants to know.
Not a couple months.
So our plan, which is subject to change, of course, is to have it sometime later this year on a PTB.
Yeah.
And as with all PTBs,
Yeah.
we'll be listening to feedback.
We're not
and
gonna see
making
this for
further
like a month or
adjustments
two.
before it goes
Couple,
live.
or actually a couple
And
months, I
even
would
once
say.
it goes live, we'll still be listening and gathering feedback.
I've
to make
always
further
said it would be
adjustments,
cool
just
if
to make sure
like
that, you know, it's as
there
good
was
as
a
it can be.
way that
Of
like
course,
say
yeah,
that
and
say that your
again,
bar wouldn't go
TLDR,
down.
We are eager to hear those thoughts, so let us have them on the official channels as much as
The
possible.
bar wouldn't go down
We are
if the
always
killer was
keeping
near
an eye
you,
out.
but the problem is somebody could
But
exploit
I
that and
think that's
stand
it.
near the hook
That's a wrap
too.
for our quick
And then
gameplay
it wouldn't
updates
go down, and
segment.
somebody could
Thank you
also be
so,
like
so much for
exploiting
joining us,
that. So I
and
was
thank
like, I
you
don't know
for
how they
joining me,
could
Jeff,
like.
again.
Thanks for having me.
I didn't know how they
It was
could
a
fix
lot
that.
of fun. If you're interested in learning
So,
more about this, please head on over
that
to
is
deadbydaylight.com
very interesting.
after the broadcast.
That is a
where there's
good
going to be
fix.
An in-depth article looking at all three of
Last
those
Gen
topics in
99 will be a
little bit
thing.
detail.
I don't think so.
Outside of that, of course,
You
more
still get like a
gameplay
safe
updates are
unhook and
coming this year,
everything.
so stay tuned to
I
our
don't think
official
so.
channels to hear more news on that. Finally, our next segment is going
It's
to
just
feature
for like
Raph and
egregious
Pamela.
camping.
They're going to be talking a little bit more about some highly anticipated
very.
quality of life improvements that you can expect to see in the game soon. So you want to stick around. You do not want to miss this.
We'll see you in the fog.
That is a really good fix.
All right, it's time.
That's a really good
Finally,
fix.
I've been holding this
Like,
in for too long.
That's a really
I can
good
finally
fix.
Tell you all
Because
about
I could
our
not think of
next
something.
Survivor. Oh,
Oh, there you go. There's the lights, Jiggy.
all right then.
They're trolling. He's like, oh, I got something to tell you. Just kidding. I gotta go. Yeah.
Hi everyone.
That was
Glad
so
to be here to
cringy. I'm sure the
celebrate
chat
Dead
probably
by
said that was
Daylight's
cringy
7th
AF.
anniversary. My name is Raphael,
Troll.
producer on DBD.
Yeah.
Today
Everyone's
I'm
like,
pleased to be
stupid.
with Pam as well.
That was like
Hi,
really
Ryan.
cringy.
Hi,
I'm
everyone.
sorry.
My name is Pamela.
That
I'm
was
the
so
lead UI
cringy.
designer on Dead by Daylight as well. And we're so happy
Hopefully
to
they
be
take-
here today
yeah, they should take
because we
inverticality, I
wanna
feel like.
share with you some of the great quality of life improvements.
No, he's had the bow tie and
that
suspenders
team
on
is
the whole
working
time.
Really hard.
It was just
for
like a-
year 8.
So before we dive into the good stuff,
Yeah, no, it should be
today
okay.
our goal is to give you an
Definitely
idea
be
on when
tested.
we plan to
I like her
deliver
hair. Her
those
hair's really
upcoming
pretty.
feature. That said, you know it is sometimes priorities and timelines can shift, but we're more dev focused live stream than ever planned for this year. We'll make
They
sure
got the little
to
masquerade
keep you
mask.
in the
See it
loop.
over here?
All right, let's get to it. So Pam, to start, I think you have something that the community has been asking a lot.
Yes.
Pam?
So we all know Dead by Daylight has been live for 7 years now.
Mhm.
And if you have been playing the game since the start, there's no way your inventory isn't full of perks, outfits, and charms and add-ons.
Are
and
we gonna
items.
get? Oh, I love
Because
her
we do
earring.
release a lot of content
Look at her
back in the
earrings.
time. But last year we did
Pam,
introduce
Pam.
a feature called loadout
Uh-huh.
presets,
Uh-huh.
which means that you were able to manage
Is
this
she gonna give us a
process
search
little
bar?
bit easier.
Is she gonna give us a
But
randomizer?
Right now we're so happy to say that we are building on this feature even more because we are adding finally the loadout search bar to help you find quickly whatever you're looking for.
Pam,
So
our
on the
girl!
loadout search, you're just gonna need to type in either the name of the thing you're looking for or just a word within the description and you'll find for you instantly.
So let's say I'm looking for the perks affecting generators. I just type in generator.
Oh,
and
wow.
the related perks will be displayed.
Exactly.
Oh, I can see how it's going to be a huge help for our players.
Yes, and not just that.
Wow.
We're happy to say that this feature is also going to be available.
It's
in
about
all
damn time.
platforms, and you won't
That's
have
so
to wait
cool.
for it longer either to test it, because this feature is going to be available
So you could-
today on the PTB update that we're going to be releasing right after this broadcast.
Amazing. We really
So that'll
hope
be on
you're gonna
Tuesday.
enjoy.
Yes.
Wow. So you could type in like exhaustion, get all the exhaustion perks.
And player, and
That's
the
cool.
player experience. Raph, I know you have something really interesting for us today.
Yeah, we got a lot of requests on this feature.
Please say
All
randomizer.
of the BD players know that sometimes when a
Tell me.
survivor disconnects,
Tell me
well,
we're gonna
it
get
puts the
bots.
rest of the group at
Tell
huge
me we're gonna get
disadvantage.
bots,
And
please.
It's safe to say that at this point,
Please,
it's
bots.
not going to be an ideal
Please,
experience.
bots.
So that's why with our
Yes.
upcoming feature, once a survivor will disconnect, an AI bot will take over so that the game can continue. And
Let's
who
go.
knows, maybe this bot
Let's
will be
go.
even better than the player.
Oh,
who
yes, they will.
disconnected. So, joking aside,
I bless-
we
bless
really
you.
hope this will alleviate frustration
Bro.
and help matches to run more smoothly.
Literally what I have been
Yes.
saying
And
since
also
the
to
night
make
came
sure that
out.
no one is left in the dark.
I'm telling
what
you.
we're gonna do is, as soon as a bot spawns in, every survivor and every killer on the game, they're gonna be made aware through the UI, as well as a sound cue, whenever they see there is a survivor disconnect bot in the match they're playing.
And right now, we plan to release the feature this summer.
Yeah.
So,
Robo, when do I not know? When do I not know?
I'm pretty sure
It's because they listened to me.
recognize what
When the
Pam is
Knight
about
came
to
out, I
mention.
said they're testing the
this is
Knight with his
something
little
that
killer
we're
guys
super excited
because they're testing bots.
the
And
team
if they
is
can get
really
these guys to run
working hard
around
trying to come
and they
up
can put
with
bots in
entirely
customs,
new type of
they're
cosmetics.
planning on bots in our
So
games.
you'll be able to
You're
showcase
welcome.
your personality
You're
on
welcome.
Dead by Daylight even more. So what we're talking about here is the player card.
Oh, I know,
And
Sai.
what
I
means
knew
for
they were
us
planning
on
for
Dead
that.
by Daylight is,
They were practicing.
alongside
They
your
put 'em in
name, you're
customs.
probably gonna be able to assign a background on a banner.
Oh,
and
fun!
an icon. And you will be able to earn those cosmetics during the fall.
Oh,
This is
that's
where we're planning.
fun.
But the idea is
True,
they
Maddie.
can start as standard rewards in every tome, and we're still gonna be working on other
yay!
ways for you to earn those cosmetics.
More
in the future. So we're
decoration.
not stopping there.
That's
like
awesome.
that.
Can't wait
Custom
to
icons
share
and
more
banners.
Custom icons and banners.
Yes.
I know. We keep trying, y'all. We keep trying for
One
Frog
last thing,
Whisper.
Raph, I know you have something that ties everything that we're talking about
Hey, loot
here
boxes for skins.
related to improvements.
Yeah, as we said today, we constantly working on making DBD a safer, but also a more secure.
Yeah, I don't know why.
environment for
Yeah,
our
they showed
players.
Skull Merchant, yeah.
And the report system is an integral part of that.
Okay.
Right now, how it works, at the end of the game, if a player
before
wants
as
to
well.
report people because of bad conduct, hacking, or other reason, they can. But let's be honest, there is not much.
Wow, they're gonna actually be like, look, guys, it does
on that
something, so stop
process.
saying it doesn't.
But it's important to say that our team has always been committed to taking action on this
And they
report.
do. Literally today we
Soon,
saw that.
Thanks to our upcoming feature, the player report feedback. We'll
Look!
let you know when
Like
an
Overwatch!
action has been taken
Oh.
against a player you
Now
reported.
people can stop saying they're not doing
And
anything because
also
they
to
are.
highlight even more, not only every report that every player
Give us
does
blood points.
is really appreciated.
Give us blood points.
But we are really taking serious and having those actions done, on our side.
Yeah, and as for now, we plan
thought they
to
were gonna give blood
release the
points.
feature over the summer.
With less than a 4-hour turnaround? Exactly.
And that's it for today. Thanks for another
People can
amazing
stop saying they
year.
don't do anything.
Thank you so much, Pam, for being with
Thank
us
God.
today.
Thank you, Raph.
Next up, an exciting look
You should
at
always
what
report.
lies ahead for the world
But yeah,
of
people
Dead
always
by
come in and
Daylight.
they're like, reporting
Enjoy
does
the rest of
nothing.
the
And I'm like,
broadcast.
they read the reports.
Ciao.
But for some reason, people need them to say, like, hi, we got your report. A comic? Oh, no. What is this? It would be Legion. It would be Legion. What is this? I know. It's so funny, Maddie. I saw them on the table. Oh, really? I must have missed it. Unique code inside. Oh. Oh, so I guess you get a code. Wow. I'm okay. Thanks, though. The guy's shirt looks like a comic thing. Oh. Maskless Legion? You don't want to know. Hello? Ah, I'm sorry, but mobile? Next. I can't. I'm sorry, but like, mobile? You're funny. Better graphics than Nintendo Switch? Oof. I like when franchises have stuff like expand the lore. No, that's cool. I'm just, you know, I'm not gonna buy the comic books for charms. I'm not a big lore person. That's just me personally, but it's cool. I'm not like, no shade to the comics or anything. Yeah, they do have pretty decent skins. Oh, wow. Wow, the Moris are even different, huh? Well, you see, nobody plays mobile, so they have to do something to get people to play it, you know? Why else would people play it? Let's be honest. That's probably their one gimmick, is the cool skins. That you see at 30 FPS. Yeah, I know they had the heartbeat before, but yeah.
Hi, I'm Stephen Mulroney,
Moris
Executive
are
Vice
low,
President
a
of
lot
Digital
cooler. Yeah.
at Behavior Interactive. As someone who's been on Dead by Daylight since the very beginning, it's been amazing to see the ways both the game and its community have grown.
True.
We've added a lot to DBD over the past 7 years, with a mobile game, comic books, a board game, Hooked on You, and even the Dead by Daylight movie on the way. We've become a franchise
Not
with
Hooked
something
on
for
You, dude.
everyone. Today, I'm happy to announce that we're gearing up to get even
Midwinter
bigger,
Entertainment
expanding
video
Dead by
game
Daylight
project.
beyond our core game and giving players more ways into the fog than
True,
ever
Chad.
before. To bring these new experiences to life, we're collaborating with some
A different
amazing
team,
studios.
probably.
One with expertise in multiplayer games, and another with expertise in interactive narratives. So with that, let's hear a little bit more about what they've been up to.
We're obviously all horror fans here at Supermassive, and massive fans of Dead by Daylight. Now we're thrilled
Mario
to be
Kart with Dead by
collaborating
Daylight
with
coming
Ravia
soon.
on a brand new single-player interactive story game
Oh.
set in the terrifying omniverse of Dead by Daylight.
Oh no,
We've been
Rory.
working hard to blend the tension, agency, and branching storytelling of a supermassive game together with Dead by Daylight's mythology
Cheaper
to
by the
create
dozen?
an intense
Hooked on
narrative
2?
experience
How dare you,
filled
don't
with
you.
powerful life or death choices. Our game will be set outside the entity's realm and feature the story of a new cast of characters
Dead by
that
Daylight
players
2.
will follow for an unprecedented
This is cool.
experience beyond the fog.
A single player.
This is a whole new way for horror fans
I
to
like his hair.
experience Dead by Daylight.
It's Wilden.
And we couldn't be more excited to share it with the world. So stay tuned. We'll have more to reveal later this year.
Oh yeah, they literally said nothing about it.
It's been almost a year since Midwinter joined the Behavior family to work on a brand new project set in the Dead by Daylight universe. One of the things we love most about the world of Dead by Daylight is the infinite
She looks like she's gonna murder me.
We thought about the game's multiplayer action, which we love.
She's
and
got murder
reimagined
face,
it
dude.
In a completely new way.
The themes in our game will center around greed and the lust for power. These will be present in both the gameplay itself and in the stories of the characters who were tempted to enter a strange new corner of the entity.
Still bitter about what Overwatch
Our
did?
vision is to create a
I'm
multiplayer
not a
PvE
PvE person.
experience where instead of facing off against each other, up to 4 players can team up, enter another one of the entity's realms, and take on a host of deadly enemies that occupy it.
This sounds like Left 4
This
Dead.
project is still in very early stages. We are really excited about what we're doing and can't wait to share more as we
Yeah,
go.
they're not saying
Stay
much,
tuned
so
for more.
they're not saying much. It sounds like Left 4
7
Dead.
years in, and the world of Dead by Daylight has never
Left 4
felt
Dead.
bigger.
Oh
I'm
wait,
so
that's what
excited
it's
that
called.
players will have two
Dead
new
for
ways to explore
Dead
the
for
entity's
Daylight.
realm.
I don't
There's
know.
still a lot of work to do before we'll have more to share, but just follow Dead by Daylight and we'll make sure you're the first to know.
A co-op DVD. I
Hi,
don't know.
everyone. I'm
I don't
Xavier,
like going against
Chupa,
bots,
art
you know?
director.
Hi everyone,
Proper
I'm
PvP
Rosalie,
co-op.
Senior Product Manager.
Yeah, not my
We're
favorite.
super happy to
I'd
be
try
back
it,
with you
but-
today to talk about all the new exciting content coming to the Dead by Daylight store over the next year. Rose, it's been 7 years already.
Long journey.
Oh, what a long journey, what a beautiful
I like her
journey.
shirt.
But 7 years old, wow. Dozens of collections, thousands of cosmetics brought to life with passion and dedication by our art departments. And
I love Left 4 Dead.
along the years,
Yeah,
we
I don't know.
provided
I'm
to
not a
our
big fan of
players
going against
an
bots,
incredible amount of
so.
option when it comes to how to represent themselves.
I'd probably
in the
try
game.
it.
Some would say too many.
Because it's Dead by
Yes,
Daylight E,
it's
but
a lot
that's probably the
about
only reason I
this.
would, so.
And more are coming. And today, I think we should share more about it. you know,
Left
about
4
what's
Daylight.
coming.
We're ready to
Morning,
share.
people, morning!
Also, we have a special guest joining
I don't
us
think Stranger Things can come
later
back because
to
the
discuss
license
about
ran
this
out.
Unique collection.
Isn't it
we
cute,
work
Trin?
on together. So
I like the
yeah, maybe we should start.
like holograph.
Okay, so, Dead by Daylight is a game, as you all know, that's known for its great soundtrack, and we're always on the lookout for opportunities to explore like the music scene in particular in our cosmetics. And we
Okay.
have 2 collections coming in the next year that, well, although they've just come together,
They'd have to get
and we
another
don't really
license
have
for
any
it.
dates
That's
yet,
the one license they lost,
but
so I don't
we really
know.
couldn't resist sharing.
That's a game.
Here goes. First off, Dead by Daylight is partnering with heavy metal legends Iron Maiden.
Yes.
On a
Where's
collection
Al?
Built around
Where's
the
Al?
iconic Eddie, who, well, let's be honest, he fits.
Eddie's
right
Oh
into our
my
game.
god.
All of the cosmetics in this collection
Huge.
will be like portraying his many album cover
Oh my
appearances,
god.
which is super cool.
That is insane.
And secondly, we're thrilled to be partnering with Slipknot on a collection that showcases many of their trademark masks. We've seen 9 masks in total, paying tribute to some of the band's most iconic members over the years. Well, all four killers, of course.
Al, are you hearing
But
this?
yeah, as we said, it's really early.
The
for
iconic
these
Iron Maiden, awkward Iron Maiden hand. I can't even. I was just supposed to say. Or is it this? I don't know. Is it this?
I think
What is
it's
it?
a good time
This?
to talk about
I think
our
it's.
community.
Is it this? It's this.
You.
I always do it
Our
wrong.
community.
I don't know. Whatever.
Since the beginning of Dead by Daylight.
That's sick. I mean,
they are
fitting.
super
Heavy
important
metal,
for
horror.
us, and
I love it.
We were attached to put the spotlight on them.
Thumbs
on,
in,
on
thumbs
a,
in.
On a unique store collection.
Yeah. I think this
Since
is
a
I
while.
Love You in
Because you know, like we
ESL.
have fans all
And then
around
this
the
is Hang
world who
Loose.
are also really talented and creative artists.
Yeah. I always
And
sound like
even if it's not the first time we showcase their work in the store, organizing the
competition.
Oh my
the
god,
competition,
that's so
exactly.
cool. Metal and horror,
Exactly,
easy sell.
to appear
I've worked
in
on
game.
houses for over 10 years, and
This
we
year,
always blast heavy metal.
We would like to take it a step
That's
further.
I Love You.
And unifying our
I gotta go. I gotta go.
inspirations, passion, guidelines to build something new together.
Oh.
And the result of it is the artist from the Fog collection.
I love
So,
this.
I remember.
I
when
love
we
this. I love.
asked to our community to submit their work. And
I'm so excited.
we are-
Thousands applications.
Plenty of amazing applications.
Just do one of
And
each. That's I Love
we
to
had
Rock.
select some of them. So I remember we selected 4 winners from
LY combined. Oh,
US,
true.
Spain, Canada. There is also a 5th contributor, as you
Felix.
know. We'll keep it for later. Feature on that collection. But we invited
Ooh.
them to select their favorite character. It was
Whoa!
important.
Doll
And
collector.
we're super lucky because we ended up
Yun
with a split of
Jin!
2
Oh my god, the red
survivors and 2
dress!
killers. So
Giving!
the balance was-
That's perfect.
Was perfect.
Giving. Ooh, that's cute.
And
the
then we
hair.
met and we share with them.
Oh
all these
my
things they need to know
God.
To work on our
Twins?
outfits, like the technical constraints, the law.
That's
the
nutty.
Mix and match.
Mix and match, etc. Everything they needed before giving them the really precious maximum creative freedom to start their designs. And next we did this regular follow-up with them, and we achieved beautiful and functional designs.
So they're giving
still
twins some love. I mean,
respecting the
they gotta
artist's
get some people to play it
intentions,
somehow.
But also our needs. And yeah, we have. It was an incredible collaboration. We have beautiful outfits, because I think like all these creativity, these ideas, their design, they brought to our game, our fresh approach to it, new eyes. So it's yeah. I mean, I'm super happy with the results. So thanks again for
All 4 of the
for
twins'
these
mains
artists
rejoice.
to
Yeah.
work on.
They got rid of the booze
collection
bottle.
was
One of
great.
them has the water,
That's
and then
great to
he's got
hear.
like the
Yes.
And
small
also
drink in
we
front of
had
him.
that 5th artist that we invited ourselves to be a part of the Artists from the Fog collection.
Yes.
She's an industry veteran, as you know, known for her fantastic work on like Okami, Bayonetta, the Evil Within series, and of course
This isn't
Ghostwire
the girl that
Tokyo.
like left
We're
Bayonetta, is it?
incredibly excited to have her joining us today to share a little bit about her designs. Welcome, Ikumi Nakamura.
I don't think so.
Hello.
No, this is not her. Okay.
Hi, I'm Ikumi Nakamura. Dead by Daylight のコミュニティの皆さん、こんにちは。よろしくお願いします。
Konnichiwa. Oh, even her jacket's got the like holograph on
Welcome,
it.
Ikumi-san.
Hi.
It's great having you here today, but before we get into the outfits you created for Dead by Daylight, we wanted to ask you first, could you share with us what draws you to horror? And like, was it something that you liked growing up? And like, what's so unique to you about creating art in this genre?
なるほど。ホラーに惹かれる理由は、まあ私もとも
My
と
dad
お父
originally
さん
showed me
が
a lot of horror games and
小さい
movies.
頃
I
か
got
ら
exposed
ホ
to
ラー
them
映
quite
画
a
とか
lot.
ホラーのゲームを
Hide the body, she's gonna chug it?
育
Wait,
てられた
why?
ので、正直
I don't really know what the
惹かれる理由
reason
はあ
I'm
んまりよくわから
attracted
な
to
い
horror
ですなぜ
is.
かというと自分の体
I'm
の
accustomed, or rather my
細胞
body
の
is
中に
inside my cells.
ホラー
Horror
が染み込んでて
grows? Oh,
ホラ
she's
ーがある
wild.
と
If there's horror, I have to
絶
see
対
it.
見るし
Anything horror related.
ホラーの作
Oh,
品
she's
があると
scary.
すごい気になっていつも見ちゃうしでもやっぱりホ
I
ラーって
really, really became interested in it.
こう掘り下げていくと
After
結
all
局のとこ
horror
ろ
is, what do you call it?
人の
People's
死
death
と
and people
か
living, it's
人
all
の
very
生きると
intriguing.
かが描かれていて非常に多様性
I
があ
realized
る
it was
ジ
a
ャ
very
ンル
broad
だな
genre
と
and
思っ
became
て惹か
attracted
れ
to
るんだ
it.
と思います。
And you're creating 3 outfits. for
She's
this collection,
intense.
Each featuring a character that really, really resonates
Probably
with
it's
our
spacing,
Japanese
yeah.
fans. Could you share with us what stood out the most about each of them to you?
一人
First
は
off, we have the
キラ
killer
の
Kazan, the
寒
Oni.
山鬼ですね。で彼は呪い
A demon
の
that's fallen to a
化身
curse that's taken from
の
Japanese
鬼なので
history. So I looked
私
at
の住む国の日本の文化を取り入れた呪詛の時に
the time he got the
着る
curse.
服を
Those clothes,
アウトフィ
okay,
ット
they're
と
not
して
doing great with these. It's a great design made for
デザイン
Kazan's
させてい
dragon
ただきま
outfit.
した
They like cut through the.
リジ
Okay.
リジョンのジュリーさんは
Julie?
彼
Oh
女
wow.
なんだろう狂気的な
She gave me the
学
feeling of
生
being
の
a
気持ちを持
troubled
ってる
girl.
女の子だと思ってるので、まあそれを
So
表す
to
ため
bring
に
the,
そういう
that
私
out in
た
our
ちの文
culture,
化で
there's
あ
the
る
concept
ス
of
ク
the
ールガー
delinquent
ルの
schoolgirl. I
衣
gave
装
her
を
that style of
アウトフィット
outfit.
で彼女にあげてみました
Huh.
でもう一人がユイ
Yui.
で彼女はすごくバイクを
Really
乗
got
って
that
る
biker and burly feel to her, which I
たく
really
ましい
like.
女性だなって思って大
Oh
好きなん
my
です
god,
け
I
れど
love that
も
outfit.
そんな彼女の
That kind of
みんな
girl,
の
how do you
私
say
生
her
活とか
private life
彼
if
女
she
が
went to
原宿とか行ったら
Harajuku?
どんな格好を
What
す
kind
る
of
んだろ
clothes
う
does
って
she
いうのを
buy
見
from
たく
there?
てそれでデザインをしてみ
I
ま
wanted
し
to
た
see that. I created that kind of design
We'd
for
also
her.
love to learn more about the whole process and your
That's my name.
inspiration
Oh,
for
nice.
the creation of the
Delinquent?
game.
Stop
キャン
it!
ドルを頭につけてるんですけ
The
ど
candles
そ
on
れ
Kazan's
は
head. I
プ
want
レイ
them to
ヤー
think
から
Kazan's
見
here.
た
I need
ら
to
あ
hide.
カンザンが来た隠れなきゃって分かるような目
Oh, those are
印にも
candles
な
on
る
his
し
head.
ゲーム的な意味も
Line of
つけて
Jubilee
デ
important for
ザイン
game.
して
That's
ま
how I
す
arrived on the Oni's
で
design. I wonder
も
if
う
the
一人の
candles
リジョ
light
リさ
when
ん
he's
に
in his
関して
power.
は
Julie, in
もともと
regards to
4
her,
人で
originally 4 characters together
ま
make
あ
up the
リジョ
Legion.
ンじゃんだから
I
4人
thought,
で
should I
何したらい
design
いの
something
か
for
な
them
と
all
思って
four?
4
What
人
if I
デ
did
ザイ
all
ンしちゃったら
4?
1人でいい
We
です
ended
って
up
言っ
deciding
て
on
あ
just
わ
one.
かり
So
ま
for
したって
her,
言ってジョリーさんをデザインさせていただいてで今80
Julie's
年
design
代
is
とか
based on the
70
70s
年
and
代のポッ
80s
プカル
pop
チャーが
culture.
非常に世界的にも流行しているのでそこの時に
What became
生
popularized
き
was
ていた
that
学
time's
生さんと
Japanese
いえ
school
ば
kids,
ヤンキ
such
ー
as
と好
hooligan
きな
boys,
んだ
delinquent
と思って
schoolgirls. They gave
そ
her
の
that style of
アウトフィ
outfit
ッ
to
トを
her.
彼らにあげました
I'm too sweet.
で
In
ゲー
a
ムに
Rust
関
U,
して
I thought, how can we
は
bring out her softer side? I wouldn't
女
call it a
の子
softer
の
side. That's a baddie side,
じゃ
dude.
ないですか
She kind of looks like
だから
her.
彼女の
She kind of made Julie, or kind of made
できるのを
Yui
す
look
ご
like
く見
her
たいって思っ
with the
たの
short
が
black
まず
hair
第一
and
で
edgy.
次に彼女の
Since then,
そ
she's
の
always got that biker jacket
まあ
on. Like, doesn't it kind of look
い
like
つも
her?
はバイク
Kind
の
of looks like her,
衣
dude.
装バイカーの衣装を着てるからわからないんですけど
I want to see
実
what
際
like we put her
彼
in
女
cute
が
girly
可愛い
clothes.
服を着た
Those
時
are
に
cute girly
あ
clothes.
の
That's
まあ
baddie
ど
clothes.
れだけ
Girl?
キラ
Yeah,
から
she
決
she
め
said I
つ
want
け
a
られ
character
た
that looks like me.
姿が見れるのかもっと
Torn
見
up
たか
by
っ
a
たの
killer
で
anyways.
比較的薄着にして彼
Being
女
relatively
が
lightly
キラ
dressed
から
means
見
that she
や
can
すい
run
よう
from the
に
killer
動き
in
やすい
movies
ようにし
here.
てスポーティーな
I
スタ
ended
イル
up
を
on
取
this
り入れま
sporty
した
kind of look for her, yeah.
Well, thanks again for joining us today, Kumi-san. The outfits
If
look
I got to design
really
fits for a game, I
amazing,
might
and we
insert
can't
some
wait
myself.
for
Yeah,
our friends
exactly.
around the world
I'd
to
be like,
enjoy
I
them.
made a Kate outfit,
So the
because
artist from the Fuck
I don't know.
collection,
You know?
Kumi Nakamura,
It is a sick
will
look,
be
yeah.
available in the Dead by Daylight
I don't know, the
game
way
store
she's
this
like
summer.
saying like,
Oh,
oh, a softer
one more
look. I'm like,
thing.
that's not a softer look, that's a
I
hard
have
look.
a last announcement.
What?
And it will be a nice piece of nostalgia for any long-time fans of Behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Exactly, Sai.
our team, our big team, and an
Then got a haircut
important
after?
part
True.
of this team worked on a game a long time ago.
Oh, I
named
heard about
Naughty
this.
Bear.
Oh my god.
I heard about it.
Naughty Bear. You know, this game featured a bear.
I heard about this
living
game.
in its happy community of bears, but he's going on a murderous rampage after they didn't invite him to a party. I mean, what an iconic character, super interesting, and we were attached to.
This is
to-
her softer
to
side,
bring
yeah.
it to the
I'm like, that's
game
not soft.
Since a while, and I'm super happy because now we are finally doing it.
Players have been asking for it.
I
For
know,
a Naughty
it's-
Bear?
It's coming.
Really?
soon, this year. This year is coming.
Oh, wow.
And we
Okay.
will attach a cosmetic.
Oh, no.
It will be part of the Trapper cosmetics.
Oh,
and we will give him a
no,
ride. It will be a lot of fun for players
brother.
to see him. Like,
Awesome.
No.
thank you for
Just
watching.
put Victor in it and call
I
it a
hope
day.
you really enjoyed all these announcements,
Oh,
all the upcoming
they
outfits
apparently-
coming this year. And
Yeah.
thank you again, Kumi Nakamura.
I don't know
to
if the
be
game ever were like
us
released,
today. It was a real
but they were
pleasure
working on this game
to
called
work
Naughty
with you.
Bear, and then they launched Dead by Daylight, and then Dead by
Stay
Daylight
tuned
took off, and they kind of
because
like
Jean and
left it
Sarah are
or
coming
something.
Up next to talk about
I don't really
the
remember, but that was a
in-game
game that they were working on
celebrations
too,
for
or
the
something.
7th anniversary.
Is it even out? I don't know.
Thank you for watching.
I'm like, people are asking
Bye.
about Naughty Bear, like probably just because of the name. I don't even.
All right, this time for real.
He's
Okay.
gonna walk away again. Yep. See.
Seriously.
Oh, he took the bow off.
No, but
What's so hard? We've been doing this for 5 years together.
But I can do it right now. It's like 2 minutes.
Wait for your
Seriously.
cue.
No, but
I can tell you the chat's cringing right now.
Hey there, I'm Sarah Robinson. I'm one of the
Bruh.
associate art directors on Dead by Daylight. I help out with a
In
number of areas
2010.
of the
Oh,
game,
God.
but events are definitely one of my favorites.
And I'm Gene Escalante, a senior game designer on Dead by Daylight, and I'm focused on the events. And I'm so glad
Look
that
at
I
the
get
masks.
to be here
The
with
masks
her.
are
As 7
out.
years ago, when I first became a fan of DVD, she helped me get my very first tattoo, which was altruism, just 2 months after the game's release. Thank you.
Wow, he committed.
I'm
He
happy.
committed, dude.
Okay, so Jean, there's lots to celebrate this year. And we're kicking things off early this year with a month of in-game activations leading up to the anniversary event.
Like
so Tell us
codes?
more about these activations.
Exactly. So each week we will be celebrating a different 2-year period of Dead by Daylight's history. So that'll include characters, maps, and mechanics that were introduced during those periods. So for example, week 1 will be featuring the Blood Hunt.
What?
Week 2 will then be doubling the Rift fragments for your Rift Pass. And in week 3, we will be inviting you, the players, to vote for a community choice event.
Oh, never mind.
Which will occur during the Chapter
Okay.
28 release.
I
and once the anniversary
I
event
thought they
goes
meant
live,
like they were
we'll
gonna
be
put like
doing
old
giveaways
mechanics
for
back
previous
in
anniversary
as like
cosmetics,
throwbacks.
including outfits and the Year 5 crowns.
Twisted Masquerade was a huge hit last year.
Cries and Rift Pass
And this
85,
year,
same.
We're bringing it back bigger and better than
I thought
ever.
they were gonna show us like they were gonna bring in like old maps and like old
Twisted Masquerade
to be funny.
has actually stepped out of the shadows this year.
A perk
and
tattoo?
has lent their
Then they updated to
certain
trash. Oof.
special kind of decorating skills to our in-game event. What can players expect to see?
Well,
Right,
the
that's what I
host
thought
has
they meant, Sai.
Introduced a lot of various artworks throughout
Was
various
like
areas of the
old
game,
mechanics and stuff
so
as a
you'll
wall.
definitely want to check those out. And yeah, Father Campbell's Chapel. has
Right,
gone
that's
through
what I
a
thought.
Complete Masquerade makeover, and it looks incredible.
Look at the barrels.
But this host seems to have brought along some mysterious masked figures. What are these like weird ghostly spirits? Who or what are they? If you want to find out, you're going to have to take a closer look.
Ghosts.
Speaking of masked figures, we're bringing back Masquerade Mask this year. We have 12 new
I like the
masks
barrels.
for 12 new characters. But
When are you gonna get that
getting
distortion
hands on them last year
tattoo?
was a little tricky. For killers, you had to make it through your trial, and for
Look
survivors,
at Felix's.
you
Look
had
at
to
Gabriel's.
Actually make
Look
it
at the
through
singularities.
So how have we improved things for
Wow.
Well, the invitations that
Hangmask?
came out last year, Sarah, they'll be back. But this time, invitations will be holding charges, and you'll use those charges to kind of mess with the opposition while you're in chase.
What?
So if you're a survivor, what you'll be able to do is block the window vaults so the killer can't pursue you, and you'll also be able to spawn a pallet, which can be used in an emergency, but it'll break right upon use. Killers, on the other hand, they'll be able to reduce the impact of a stun, remotely break a pallet or a breakable wall, and survivors better watch out about this one, they will be able to inflict the exposed status effect on you once they've reached a tier of bloodlust. But in order to get your cosmetic, you will need to make sure that you're holding onto at least one charge by the time that an exit opens. And that's
Oh my
either
God.
the exit gate or the hatch. So our players are going to have to decide what is ultimately more important to them, exhausting the charge to help them in a time of need, or getting that brand new mask.
This is.
It was such a tough choice. But
I
love
can
players having
already
a mechanic where they
imagine-
can gain these masks without having
Oh,
to escape the trial.
God.
So beyond the mask, we have.
I
a
can
number
already
of
imagine the
excellent
exploiting.
unlockable cosmetics.
There's
as
gonna be
part of
so
the
much
Twisted Masquerade
exploiting.
event tome, including
Oh, Lord.
2 brand new outfits. Last year, our guests of honor were Hattie and the Dredge, as part of our Roots of Dread chapter. But this year, we're highlighting 2 fan favorites.
I'm sorry.
Nia and the Hillbilly.
Ew, Nia,
We
no.
also have a number of playfully
Hillbilly, okay, but
chaotic
like
charms
Nia,
for you
what
to
is
collect.
that? Why
It's
they?
worth
What
noting,
is?
that all of last year's cosmetics, masks, outfits are going to be available in the store. So if you missed out on anything,
Oh, he's so
now's
cute.
your chance to go collect them.
DVD, Twitter, and endgame chats are gonna be
And keeping
spicy.
track
Only
of their
during the event,
collections
yes.
is going to be much
Damn,
easier.
like cut Nia's hair. Good
So
God.
The event
So
pop-up
bad.
now is multi-tab. So you'll be able to find a collection tab and a store tab. In the collection tab, you'll find anything that can be earned through event gameplay
Good
or
boy,
through the
Maurice.
event tome. And in the store tab, you'll be able to find anything that we want to feature that
Oh.
is event related. And
I
in there,
like
you'll be
that.
able to find the Feng Min and the Ghostface outfits, which are brand new Twisted Masquerade outfits. So be sure to check those out.
We've got one more thing coming as part of the anniversary event, don't we, Jean? This year, we're
It sounds
debuting
exciting.
a new kind of challenge edition.
Thank you.
Random perks.
Thank you.
This is exactly what it
Thank
sounds
you.
like.
Thank
roll
you.
the proverbial dice, and your loadout is equipped with those random
Hire
perks.
me. Hire me.
So
Hire me.
This is a condition you might see on
Swear to God.
challenges.
I swear to God.
That ask you to heal a
Hire
survivor or
me.
down a survivor, for example.
How many times?
And last but not least, we're bringing back community challenges.
Freaking hire me.
So this is a great
They
time
always,
for
they
the whole
listen. They
community
listen to
get
me.
together
They get
to
in my
work
chat and they
together
hear me.
unlock
And they
Abyss
steal it.
rewards.
Exactly, Sarah. And we will be there, ready to support you guys.
I
through
say
those
all of
community
these
challenges.
things. This is like
So make sure to
prestiging
stay tuned
last
and
year.
don't
I was like,
forget
I would
that
love
the Road to
P100, but
Anniversary
they'll probably do
content
P50.
starts
And then they were
today.
like, P100. And I was like, wow. It's like I said that.
And that is a wrap on the 7th anniversary show for
Telling
Dead by
you, dude.
Daylight.
I'm telling
Another
you.
year of content reveals. Thank you so much
Excuse
for joining
me.
us and
It's only been
spending
an hour
the
and a
day with
half.
us here.
It's only been 1 hour.
as
You guys had a
exciting
30-minute
as I
start.
hoped it would be. I hope you've enjoyed it.
You're trolling.
And don't forget
He's trolling.
that the PTB for End transmission is live right now. So if you're on PC, you can jump over and start
He's
testing out
trolling.
things that were just revealed in the show today, which is pretty special. So thanks once again to our dev team back at the
Eric,
studio.
wait.
Thanks. Oh, right.
I have one last
Random
thing.
perks.
Seriously, before we
Please.
finish. I know we had some great reveals today, but I have one last thing that I'm super
10 million
thrilled to
Bloodborne
talk
code.
about. We are welcoming into the fog this year someone, I mean, it's
Yeah, they put a
brand new
disclaimer.
Survivor, like we've never done before. He's an amazing actor with a career that spans decades. He's done everything.
Yeah, I guess
all
this
the
was supposed to be
greatest
the big
movies you've
release.
ever seen.
Am I
He's
liking
been
the
in
announcements?
horror
I'm liking
world
it.
for a
I'm
while,
liking it.
with cult classics to cosmic horror. He will be joining the fog this summer. We are so excited. To
I
have
wonder
him
who
with
they
us.
mean. Yeah. And then they're going to show his trailer, right?
There's nothing more powerful than imagination.
Imagine if people didn't know. I mean, not everyone keeps up to date with everything, you know.
It can shape the fabric.
I want to go back to the random thing and listen to her again and see if that's like staying forever.
You know.
Yeah, this was supposed to be. He's not going to look like this in the game, I'll tell you right now. He's not going to look like that. He's going to look scuffed. Because DBD scuffs everybody, dude. Sorry about it, but learn more July 5th. I mean, we already knew. They already had to put it out. He's got a new skin? Oh, God. That's it? Really? It was only an hour long? That's it? Are they trolling? No, they have to be trolling. There's no way. There's no way. Last year it was 2 hours. Yeah, we only got 2 codes. I don't buy. Looking forward to your YouTube recap. We already used that. DBD7. That felt short. It is short. A whole half hour shorter than last year's. It was 1 hour because they had a 30-minute start time. Last year was an hour and a half with a 30-minute start time. So